There will always be demands on your time, voices pulling for your attention, and circumstances trying to drain your strength. But here's the truth. You only have so much emotional energy each day. If you spend it worrying, arguing, or trying to please everyone, you'll have nothing left for what really matters. Protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's essential. You can't control every storm, but you can control what you allow inside. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not every invitation to conflict deserves an RSVP. Your mind is a garden. Don't let every weed grow there. When you guard your heart and your thoughts, you give yourself room to flourish. Some people thrive on drama, and they'll try to pull you into their storm. Don't take the bait. You weren't created to carry everyone else's chaos. Be kind, but stay firm. Choose peace over pressure. Walk away without explaining. Your silence is sometimes the loudest answer you can give. And remember, your energy is your life force. When you protect it, you create space for joy, creativity, and strength. You position yourself to hear clearer, dream bigger, and move forward faster. Protecting your energy isn't about avoiding people, it's about aligning with your purpose. Your mind is the gateway to your peace, your creativity, and your strength. Every day, thoughts are competing for your attention. Some positive and life-giving, others negative and draining. If you allow every worry, every rumor, every fear-filled thought to enter freely, it will slowly rob you of your energy. Guarding your mind is like guarding a treasure chest. What you allow in will either build you up or break you down. Start your day by being intentional about what you feed your thoughts. Before you check messages, before you scroll through social media, decide that your mind will be filled with hope, faith, and possibilities. When negative thoughts try to settle in, thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," "This will never change," or "I'm all alone," recognize them as uninvited guests. You don't have to entertain them. Just because a thought knocks doesn't mean you open the door. Replace it with something life-giving. "I am equipped. I am favored. I am stronger than I think." Words have power, and the ones you repeat will shape the way you feel. The mind is like a garden. If you don't plant good seeds, weeds of doubt and fear will grow automatically. Be aware of what you're consuming. The news you watch, the conversations you join, even the music or shows you listen to are feeding your inner life. If you constantly expose your mind to negativity, it will drain you before you even realize it. That's why you must be selective. Feed on content that builds your faith, conversations that inspire your dreams, and friendships that lift you higher. Protecting your mind isn't about living in denial. It's about choosing what strengthens your heart over what weakens it. Throughout the day, keep checking the atmosphere of your thoughts. Just like you would close a window if a storm was blowing in, close the door to thoughts of worry or comparison as soon as they appear. Guarding your mind is an active, daily practice. It's not something you do once and forget. It's a lifestyle. When you stay intentional about what you allow in, your mind remains clear, your energy stays strong, and your spirit stays ready for the opportunities ahead. Setting healthy boundaries is not about pushing people away. It's about protecting the space you need to stay balanced and strong. Every yes you give is a withdrawal from your emotional bank account. And if you keep saying yes to every request, you'll soon find yourself drained, resentful, and running on empty. Boundaries are like fences around your peace. They don't keep love out. They keep chaos from creeping in. When you value your time and energy, you begin to realize that not every invitation or demand deserves a piece of you. There will always be people, sometimes well-meaning, who pull on your schedule and expect you to meet their every need. If you don't learn to say no, you will end up carrying burdens that were never meant for you. Saying no isn't a sign of selfishness, it's a sign of wisdom. When you respectfully decline an invitation or choose not to get involved in someone else's drama, you're not being cold. You're simply preserving the strength you need for your own calling. Remember, every no to what drains you is a stronger yes to what fulfills you. Boundaries also teach others how to treat you. When you communicate clearly and kindly about what you can and cannot do, you set a standard for respect. People will often rise to the level you expect. But if you allow repeated interruptions, disrespect, or overstepping without response, others will continue to take more than you can give. It's not about building walls of isolation. It's about creating clear lines that protect your time, your emotional health, and your purpose. Healthy boundaries require courage. At first, it might feel uncomfortable to speak up or to step back from certain relationships or commitments. But every time you honor your limits, you strengthen your inner life. You give yourself permission to rest, to recharge, and to focus on what truly matters. When you stand firm in your decisions, without guilt or apology, you preserve the energy that allows you to show up fully for the people and opportunities that deserve the best of you. There are people and situations that quietly drain the life out of you. They may not even realize they're doing it, but their constant complaining, gossiping, or stirring up drama can pull you into a cycle of frustration and fatigue. Protecting your energy means becoming aware of who and what leaves you feeling empty. After certain conversations, if you feel heavy or unsettled, that's a sign something or someone is drawing on your strength. You can show love and kindness without giving them unlimited access to your emotional space. Some individuals carry a cloud of negativity everywhere they go. They magnify problems, criticize solutions, and rarely see the good in anything. If you're not careful, their outlook will become your outlook. You start the day full of hope, but after spending time with them, your confidence feels smaller and your joy fades. That's why it's important to recognize the difference between being compassionate and being consumed. You can care without carrying their burdens. You can listen without letting their words take root in your heart. Avoiding energy drainers doesn't mean you cut everyone off or stop helping those in need. It means creating healthy distance when necessary and choosing how much influence you allow. Sometimes that means shortening conversations that spiral into complaints. Sometimes it's choosing to change the subject or even stepping back from a friendship that has become toxic. Protecting your energy is not rejection. It's stewardship of the peace God has placed inside you. You were never meant to be a dumping ground for everyone else's frustrations. It also applies to situations, not just people. Endless scrolling through bad news, overloading your schedule with stressful commitments, or staying in environments filled with tension will deplete you just as quickly. Take note of the places, habits, and routines that leave you feeling drained. Then, be intentional about creating space for what lifts you up. Quiet reflection, positive conversations, life-giving activities. When you distance yourself from energy drainers, you free your spirit to stay light, focused, and ready for the opportunities that truly matter. Not every disagreement deserves your voice, and not every criticism requires a response. There will always be people who misunderstand you, misjudge you, or try to pull you into their drama. If you make it your mission to defend yourself, every time someone has an opinion, you'll waste precious strength on battles that don't matter. Your energy is too valuable to be spent proving yourself to people who have already made up their mind. Sometimes the wisest move is to simply let it go and keep moving forward. When you choose silence over arguing, you're not showing weakness, you're demonstrating strength. Anyone can react in anger. It takes real maturity to stay calm and protect your peace. There are moments when walking away speaks louder than any words you could say. When you refuse to engage in petty conflicts, you're not losing. You're winning the greater battle of keeping your heart unshaken. The right fights are worth your effort. The wrong ones only steal your focus and delay your progress. Some people feed off tension. They thrive when they can pull you into a debate or provoke an emotional reaction. But remember, you are not obligated to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't have to answer every text, comment on every post, or defend every decision. Protecting your energy means recognizing that peace is more valuable than being right. When you rise above the noise, you show that your purpose is bigger than their provocation. Even in the workplace, at home, or among friends, there will be moments when you could prove a point, but it's better to keep your focus on what really matters. Ask yourself, will this battle advance my purpose or drain my strength? Will this argument build something or just stir more frustration? Choosing your battles is not giving up. It's choosing to invest your energy in things that create growth, joy, and lasting impact. Time is one of your greatest treasures, and once it's spent, you can never get it back. Every hour carries a piece of your energy, and how you choose to spend those hours determines the strength you have left for what truly matters. If you give your best time to distractions, endless scrolling, or obligations that have no purpose, you'll feel exhausted even when you haven't accomplished what's important. Managing your time wisely isn't about filling every minute with work. It's about being intentional, giving your energy to what adds value to your life and calling. Start each day with clarity about what matters most. Before the noise of the world rushes in, decide what deserves your focus. It might be investing in your family, working toward a dream, or spending quiet moments in reflection and prayer. When you plan your day around your priorities, you're less likely to get sidetracked by things that steal your attention. Without a plan, distractions will always fill the space. But when you take control of your schedule, you take control of your energy. Managing your time wisely also means knowing when to rest. Some people think productivity means working without stopping, but true productivity includes moments of renewal. When you rest, you're not wasting time. You're strengthening yourself for the tasks ahead. Set aside moments to breathe, to think, to simply be. Those pauses are not empty. They are the fuel that keeps you moving with clarity and purpose. There will always be demands you can't meet and opportunities that look appealing, but pull you off course. That's why it's important to evaluate every commitment. Ask yourself, does this align with my purpose? Does it build my future or drain my energy? When you learn to say no to what distracts you, you say yes to what fulfills you. Time is the container of your energy. Guard it like the priceless gift it is, and you'll find that your days carry more peace, more focus, and more lasting impact. Just as your body needs food and water each day, your spirit and mind need regular renewal. Life is demanding. work pressures, family responsibilities, unexpected challenges. And if you're not intentional about recharging, you'll slowly run on empty. Daily renewal is not a luxury, it's a necessity. When you pause to refresh your heart and mind, you're not being lazy. You're preparing yourself to face the world with strength and clarity. Renewal keeps you from carrying yesterday's stress into today's opportunities. Begin by carving out quiet moments that allow you to breathe and reconnect. This might look like prayer, meditation, reading something inspiring, or simply sitting in silence before the day begins. These are not wasted minutes. They are investments in your inner life. In those still moments, you regain perspective, your thoughts settle, and your energy resets. A few intentional minutes of reflection can carry more power than hours of frantic activity. Renewal also means stepping away from constant noise. We live in a world of endless notifications and non-stop updates, and if you don't create space to unplug, your mind never fully rests. Turn off the screens for a while. Take a walk without headphones. Allow nature, music, or even quiet to speak to you. These breaks are like oxygen for your soul. They refill what stress has taken and sharpen your focus for what truly matters. Daily renewal is about consistency, not perfection. Even on the busiest days, you can find small ways to recharge. 5 minutes of deep breathing, a quick gratitude list, a short pause to stretch and reset your thoughts. Over time, these habits build a strong inner foundation. They give you the resilience to face challenges without being overwhelmed, and the wisdom to respond to life with calm and confidence. Renewal is the discipline that keeps your energy protected and your heart prepared for the best that's yet to come. Joy is not something that simply happens when everything is perfect. It's a daily decision you make regardless of what's happening around you. Life will always present reasons to be discouraged. Delays in your plans, unexpected disappointments, or people who don't treat you right. But joy is deeper than happiness. Happiness often depends on circumstances. Joy comes from a settled confidence that you are right where you're meant to be and that brighter days are ahead. When you wake up each morning and decide to guard your joy, you take control of your energy instead of letting circumstances control you. Choosing joy starts with your perspective. You can focus on what's missing, or you can be grateful for what's present. Gratitude is the doorway to joy. It shifts your attention from what you lack to what you have. Instead of dwelling on what didn't work out, look for the small blessings in your day, a kind word, a moment of laughter, the simple gift of another sunrise. When you train your eyes to see goodness, your heart naturally lifts and your energy stays strong. Joy also grows when you stop comparing your life to someone else's. Comparison is a silent thief. It will drain your confidence and leave you feeling like you're never enough. Someone else's success doesn't diminish your own journey. Their timing isn't your timing. Celebrate their wins, but refuse to let it steal your peace. Your story is unfolding exactly as it should, and when you embrace it with gratitude, joy flows even in seasons of waiting. Finally, choosing joy means protecting what feeds your spirit. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, music that inspires you, and environments that encourage hope. Limit exposure to negativity, whether it's toxic conversations, discouraging news, or self-defeating thoughts. The more intentional you are about what you allow into your heart, the stronger your joy becomes. Joy is like a light inside you when you choose it every day. No darkness can extinguish it, and no storm can steal your energy. When you have a clear sense of purpose, Distractions lose their grip. Life will always offer detours, urgent demands, sudden opportunities, or voices that try to pull you in every direction. But purpose acts like a compass. It keeps you moving toward what truly matters. If you don't stay anchored in that calling, you'll end up spending energy on things that look important, but leave you empty. Staying focused isn't about ignoring people or responsibilities. It's about knowing where you're headed and protecting the fuel you need to get there. Focus begins with vision. Take time to remind yourself why you started, what you're building, and the values that drive you. Write it down, speak it out, and revisit it often. When you know the why behind your efforts, it becomes easier to say no to distractions that don't align. Without vision, every opportunity seems attractive. With vision, you can discern which doors lead closer to your destiny and which ones simply waste time. There will always be critics and voices of doubt trying to shake your confidence. Some will question your decisions. Others will pull you toward their own agendas. But when you are clear about your purpose, you don't need everyone's approval. You can listen with grace, but keep moving with determination. Your calling is between you and God. It's not up for public vote. Staying focused means choosing to rise above opinions and keep your eyes on the path that's been set before you. Even good things can become distractions if they pull you away from your main assignment. Opportunities that look exciting may not be right for this season. That's why focus requires discipline. Regularly ask yourself, does this commitment move me closer to my purpose? Does it build the future I've been called to create? When you align your time, your energy, and your heart with your true calling, you conserve the strength you need to finish well and walk confidently into the next chapter of your journey. When you protect your energy, you protect your destiny. You're no longer tossed back and forth by other people's demands or the weight of every challenge. You become steady, grounded, and ready for what's ahead. Every choice to guard your mind, set boundaries, avoid what drains you, and stay focused is an investment in the life you were created to live. So decide today, your peace is worth it, your purpose is worth it, and your future is worth it. Don't give your strength to battles that don't matter or to voices that try to pull you off course. Stay anchored in what feeds your soul and fuels your dreams. The world around you may shift, but when your energy is protected, you can stand strong. Keep your joy and keep moving toward everything you're meant to become. This is your moment to live full, to live focused, and to live with a heart unshaken. Your best days are still ahead, so guard that energy and step boldly into the life you're destined to fulfill.